Hi everyone, I'm delighted to be back again this year to talk at this year's Zenmaid Summit. Many thanks to Amar and team for putting together another fantastic event. I'm really pleased to be part of this once again. So as I did last year, I'm going to be focusing on Google Ads. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Sean Parry. I have a cleaning business myself, and I also run a marketing agency where I work with other cleaning business owners to help grow their businesses. The name of the agency is Project 83, and then the website is on that at the bottom of that first slide. So how to generate client leads on Autopilot with Google Ads. So very briefly, before we jump in, very quickly on me. So I also have a cleaning business coming up to 8 or 9 years old now. I actually set up the business at a very similar time to Amar set up Zenmaid. So it's really incredible how the time's gone by. But my own cleaning business, we're in 4 cities. We do over 7 figures in revenue every year. So it's a pretty established business now. And I'm what many people call an absentee owner. So I only work about 2 hours a week on the business. I have an office team that manage the cleaning business for me. So now the main focus is on the marketing side. So I now help other cleaning business owners, primarily with Google Ads. The name of the agency, Project 83. So I work with businesses all around the world. So in the US, in Canada, in Australia, in the UK. But really my route into Google Ads management was more accidental rather than anything else. So we tried lots and lots of different marketing channels, and Google Ads was the one that really made the difference for us. So now in the Google Ads management business, I use a very similar template and strategy for the cleaning business owners that I work with. So why Google Ads? When I was thinking about the amount of money that I've spent over the years, both in management fees and ad spend, I've spent well over $100,000 in ad spend, which is pretty incredible to when you put it all together. And I tried everything, online. We've got some of the logos here that you'll be familiar with, lots of offline marketing, flyering. We've been doing partnerships, all these different types of things. And what was pretty apparent early on in my business is that I was throwing all this money into these marketing channels. I didn't have any real idea of how much money I was making from Facebook or how much I was making from Yelp. And because I didn't have a concrete idea, I had no idea whether I should invest more in Facebook or more in Angie's List or more in Google Ads. And, as you might expect, that meant that I wasn't able to grow the business as quickly. So especially in those early years, there was lots and lots of trial and error. I didn't really know what I was doing. But really after, I found out the long way that actually what made the biggest difference in terms of getting new clients, getting great clients, was focusing on Google page 1. So someone, if you're based in Boston, if someone typed in cleaning company in Boston into Google, the idea is that we want to maximize the visibility on page 1 on Google. And what I found was that if we had great visibility on page 1, then we got lots of great clients, lots of great client leads. Those leads converted to customers, and those customers were customers that were willing to pay our high prices, because that was something that I realized early on that was really necessary. We needed to generate enough profit in the business to reinvest and grow, and one of the big drivers of that was having high paying clients. So Google page 1 was where it was for me. And in my specific case, the 2 main channels were Google Ads and Google SEO. And that's really, if we forget about everything else, that was really how we got to 7 figures. So obviously the focus in today's talk is Google Ads, but just a quick comment on SEO. So SEO is great. But the big caveats with SEO is that it can be unpredictable. The timelines can be unpredictable. You don't have a huge amount of control about what will happen or what might not happen. So to give you an example, we might do something that we think will improve our SEO today. We might create a new page on our website, but we don't know if what we do today works or not, because the way that SEO works is that we don't tend to see the results until much further down the line, a few months, 6, even 12 months down the line. You know, there's a degree of unpredictability. So if we want to double the size of our business, SEO is great because it gives us traffic, but it's relatively difficult to be able to double the amount of SEO traffic we have in a year, because we don't really know, you know, what will have a direct impact. So that is very, very different to Google Ads. So the reason why Google Ads, you know, was such a great complement to SEO in our business was that Google Ads gives us highly converting traffic, but the control piece. So the control is really important. So if you have a Google Ads campaign and you're getting client leads, clients at a good ROI, a good return on investment, in theory, all you need to do to double the number of client leads, double the number of clients, is just to double your ad spend, and you can get twice as many calls later on that day if you double the ad spend. So it's a very instantaneous thing. So if you have SEO in the background giving you leads and traffic, Google Ads is great, particularly for, you know, early on in your business. When you're trying to, you know, for example, you've got some great cleaners on board, but you don't have any jobs to give them. Boost up your Google Ads spend, you'll get those jobs. Or if you're launching in a new location where you've got no word of mouth, no brand, then again, Google Ads can give you that real boost. So it gives you a lot of control. It gives you pretty instantaneous results. However, saying that, to get those results takes a lot of work up front. But once you have a system and a template and a strategy in place that works, then you are able to really just generate these client leads on autopilot. So really, the way I figured it out, as I said, it took me a long time to get there, was that I tried lots of different marketing channels. But I would say my big piece of advice for anyone starting out or relatively early on in their cleaning business, or maybe a cleaning business owner that isn't growing as quickly as they want to, is to try to become great or get lots of good knowledge on a small number of marketing channels. Don't spread yourself across 10 marketing channels. Try and get really good at 2 or 3. And when I say really good, you know, understand how that marketing works, whether it's Facebook ads, whether it's SEO, whether it's Google Ads, whether it's Yelp or Bark. Try and teach yourself lots of great stuff on YouTube, online, about how you can get really good results with it. So don't spread yourself too thin. But for me, the way that I came to the decision or the realization that Google and Google Ads was the place to be were these 3 bits here. And as I said, this is really what drove me from the low hundreds of thousands in revenue to the 7 figures. So for me, I wanted to find the best traffic, the best quality traffic. So when I talk about the best quality traffic, I'm talking about that traffic that is most likely to convert to a client of yours. So, you know, if we get 100 people to your website and maybe only 2 or 3 are actually looking for a cleaning company, then that is not a particularly high quality of source of traffic. But say you get 100 visitors from another marketing channel, then you get 20 people calling you up or 20 people asking for a price. You know that that is a better source of traffic because there's a higher percentage of people who are genuinely in the market for cleaning, you know, for you to help to provide cleaning services. So for me, I tried Yelp, I tried Facebook, I tried offline, I tried online. But for me, the best quality traffic, the highest converting traffic was on Google page 1. So first of all, find the best quality traffic. The second one is, you know, how once we have that traffic going to our website, How do we maximize the chances of generating interest? And this is where having a really good website, having a really good landing page, one that is optimized to take someone from visiting to your site to actually picking up the phone or sending you an online message. That's why where you send that ad traffic is so important. So I realized, first of all, that we needed to get in front of the best traffic. The second point, I realized that once we had that traffic, we needed to maximize the chance of them showing their interest. And then the third point was basically tying it all together and really understanding at a much more granular level. So, for an example, we're getting X number of calls from Google Ads. We are getting Y number of calls from Yelp. We're getting Z number of calls from Facebook. What is the cost? How much are those leads costing me? And that is the first stage. You need to differentiate between all your marketing channels to try and find where the lowest cost leads are coming from. And, this is where tracking is so important. So you need to be tracking your online inquiries. You need to be tracking your phone calls. So really, this is the way that I figured out that Google and Google Ads was the best place to be for us as a business. So in the next few slides, I'll just jump into a bit more detail about those. So as I said, for me, what I found was that Google typically has the highest intent to purchase, the highest conversion rates. So, and for those of you that aren't familiar, Google Ads is basically Google's advertising platform. It allows you at a really basic level to choose a certain selection of keywords, and you can create an advert, as you can see in here, at the top of the page for certain keywords. So if someone types in cleaning service near me or cleaning service, I think this is for Chicago, cleaning service Chicago, we can tell Google Ads that we want to show our advert. And if someone clicks on our advert, then we are charged. It's a cost per click model. So this gives us a huge amount of control because we can tell Google which keywords we want our adverts to show. So as you can imagine, if we are telling Google we only want to show for people that search for cleaning service near me, cleaning company Chicago, residential cleaners near me, house cleaning company, those sorts of terms, they are probably indicative of someone who's looking to get a cleaning company to help them. There are lots and lots of other cleaning related terms that are going to be people that aren't looking for a cleaning service. So how do I clean my house tub? How do I clean my bathtub? How much does a cleaning housekeeper make per hour? Those are examples of other cleaning related searches, but those people, they are very unlikely to want to be getting a maid service in to help them. So, if we can cherry pick the keywords where we think that there's the highest likelihood of converting, then that puts us in a really good position. So straight away, we've gone from a very, very broad cleaning related Google search to a much more focused one where we're just going after the people that we think have the highest likelihood of converting. So Google Ads is great because it allows us to do this instantaneously. I can create an ad campaign today and it can be running later on today. We can be getting clicks for people searching for these terms later today. We can get the phone calls coming through later today as well. So being able to cherry pick which keywords is a really great part of how Google Ads works. But as I said here, running a Google Ads campaign, although we have now figured out where the best quality traffic is, that is not going to be enough to get you really, really great results. So we need to be doing the following two things as well. So point 2 is convert click to interest. And this is, as I said a few minutes ago, is where we look at where are we sending that ad traffic. So many people send traffic to your homepage, and this is a very common mistake. Really what we need to be doing is creating a specific landing page template or a specific landing page for your advertising campaign. So many people get really, really hung up on what a landing page is, but really, in essence, it's a very basic one page. It's a single web page with the primary objective of getting people to either call you up or to send you an online message. So it is the primary purpose of that landing page is to get people to try and get in touch with you. So this can differ from a homepage. We have homepages for lots of different reasons. An example might be for SEO. We might have a homepage with lots and lots of content, lots of keywords, lots of titles, because we want to get our homepage ranked for SEO. So in that case, the homepage, the primary objective isn't just to get people to call up. It also has another purpose, which is to try and get SEO rankings. So a landing page has a single objective. And what you find is that when you create landing pages or highly converting landing pages, you'll go from getting, say, a 5 to 10% conversion rate. So say 100 people come to your website and 5 people pick up the phone or call you. Then if you use a landing page, or in the campaigns that we use, we're then getting up towards that 20%. So going from just 10 to 20%, that is 100% improvement in performance. And what you can find is that if we are getting double the number of leads for the same ad spend, because we're using it as a landing page, it means that we can we're getting the cost per lead for 50% much cheaper. So the profit is much higher. For the same ad spend, we can get double the number of leads. So the landing page is really important. And there are lots and things. There's too many things really to go into in today's presentation. But the first point is we've found the Google traffic. We're using Google Ads to cherry pick the best keywords. So we're in front of the best quality traffic. And the second point is we're then sending that traffic to a landing page rather than a home page, because that gives us such a higher conversion rate. So that means that the marketing that we're doing is just far more effective. We're getting leads for much cheaper than if we were sending them to a lower converting homepage. So then point 3 is really crucial. And this is where I find, over 90% of cleaning business owners that I speak to don't have this in place. So we need to make sure that we are tracking phone calls as well as online inquiries. So do we know how, if we put $1,000 into Google Ads, how many leads did we get? How many online inquiries did we get? How many phone calls did we get? And this is where, as I said a few slides ago, when I was running my cleaning business, particularly in the early days, with throwing money at lots of different marketing channels, I didn't really have a good idea of the specific return I was getting on marketing. And this was because I wasn't tracking everything correctly. And as I said here, if you're not tracking things correctly, you're effectively driving blind. You're guessing, are you making money or not? And that is not the way to run a business. That is not the way to grow a business. The way to grow your business very quickly is to quickly identify your highest ROI marketing channels, to maximize, to put as much money into those as possible, maximize that first channel, then go to the next one, then go to the next one, and have a list of your marketing channels by ROI, and to systematically go from top to bottom. And this can only happen if you're tracking everything. So there are lots of tracking software companies out there. If you just simply Google it, you'll see there's various things in here. But really at the top level, this is what we're trying to do. How many phone calls, how many inquiries are we getting for that ad spend? And what you can see here is I've just done a screenshot of one of the clients' campaigns that we're running. Once you have tracking set up, you can get more and more granular, and this is how we really try and identify the opportunities in Google Ads. This last column here is the keyword, so we can actually see these leads, which leads have come from which specific keyword. So this business here is based in Omaha. So you can see here, we've got a few leads at the top: Maid Service Omaha, there's Maids Omaha, Maid Service, House Cleaning Bellevue. So these give us the next level of understanding, because really the way that you can get great results with Google Ads is you need to track everything, but then you take tracking to a next level and you can figure out how many leads am I getting from specific keywords? Because in exactly the same way as that you should be comparing marketing channels from an ROI perspective, you need to be comparing the ROI on a keyword level within Google Ads to get even better results. So as an example, we might find that the cost per lead for Maids Omaha is, let's say, to make the maths simple, $30. We might find that house cleaning is $40 a lead. So in that case, it makes sense for us to put as much money into Maids Omaha as possible because it's the lower cost per lead keyword and away from house cleaning. And as you can imagine, if we're doing this across the account, the overall performance of your Google Ads campaigns will take another step up. So as I said, well over 90% of cleaning business owners never get to this level of tracking. So if you do, you are just well ahead of the competition. So now you get everything put in place, you can, in theory, generate client leads on autopilot. As I said here, most of your competition won't have anywhere near this level of tracking set up. Having many do Google Ads, of course, but not many will do Google Ads with the careful selection of keywords. Not many will have that, as well as a highly converting 20% landing page template, as well as all the online tracking in place. So if you have all those three in place, you've got a huge advantage over your competition. And really, the way to think about it is if you're making a good return on investment on your ad spend in Google, which, if you are focused on, getting recurring clients, a recurring client in the residential cleaning industry, they will, if you're running a decent level, decent standard of service, a recurring client should be with you for a year to 2 years. If your monthly churn rate should be around 5% level. If they're with you for a year to 2 years, the lifetime value of that client is probably worth $2,000 to $3,000. So if you focus on the number of recurring clients that you get from each of your marketing channels, including Google Ads, that is really the way to focus. And if you are getting recurring clients on your Google ad spend, I have no doubt that you will be generating a very, very good ROI. And then this is when you get to the case of having complete control over your marketing. Because if you decide you want to double the amount of growth in your business, you need to be doubling the number of client leads you're getting. How do you do that? You simply double the amount of ad spend on Google. And in my own cleaning business, of course, I still have my own cleaning business. I still manage the marketing for my cleaning business. If we are looking to, get a boost of clients, maybe we've got more cleaners than we have clients, or maybe want to increase the overall growth of the business for the next 12 months, Google Ads is great. We have a system that works, and we can simply, amend the ad spend, and that really brings us any volume of client leads that we want to get on autopilot. So just a quick slide here. I'll go into what we do at Project 83, but we work with clients all around the world. Colin here runs a business in the US, John runs a business in Australia, Sammy runs a business in London, in the UK. So, very quickly, Colin says, Sean has been actively managing my Google AdWords for almost 2 years now. I've had nothing short of a phenomenal experience working with him, and having his expertise with AdWords available has helped me grow my business to multiple locations. I am grateful to work with Sean and would recommend his services to anyone. So Colin's done a great job, obviously rolled out his business to multiple locations. John in Australia says, can't speak highly enough of the value Project 83 has provided my business. They're extremely professional, highly skilled around the technicalities around AdWords management, and are very specific in their research and strategy. Would highly recommend anyone considering Project 83 to give them a go. And then finally, Sammy, based in the UK, says, switching from pay-per lead platforms to Google Ads saved my business, and I have Sean to thank for that. He is very knowledgeable and tremendously helpful. Working with him is a pleasure, and my business is going from strength to strength. So some really great results for cleaning business owners all around the world. So this slide really asks the question, when do I use a Google Ads Manager? And for me, when I step into the cleaning business owner shoes, as I was very early on, when I set my business up, there were two. I think there were two categories. So, many people start off by putting a bit of money into Google Ads. So this group here, I've tried but failed, and really, unfortunately, Google makes it extremely easy for you to spend a lot of money and not get much return for it. There's a reason why they are one of the most profitable businesses in the entire world. So, if you're in this category, I've tried, I've put some money in, but I've not got much back from it. Then it makes sense, to think about, bringing on a specialist, a Google Ads Manager, and really getting them to try to manage the account, but teach you along the way. That's something I really, really focus on. I think it's really important that cleaning business owners know what we're doing. There are lots of other secondary benefits, SEO as well. If you know which keywords are converting, if you know the conversion rates, all the search volumes, that data will really, really help you as a cleaning business owner. So if you're in this group, think about, this is often worth bringing on a Google Ads Manager. It may even only be for a few months, but they will certainly be able to help you understand the platform and see how it works. And then the second group is maybe you are running Google Ads, maybe you're getting some leads, getting some clients, but you're wondering, how much better can it be? How, can I be getting a much better ROI? And again, this is, an occasion where you might bring in a Google Ads Manager, let them run the account for 3 months, 6 months, whatever, however long it'll be, and you can simply compare the performance. But as I said on the last slide, the reality is that if we as cleaning business owners are focused on recurring clients, if a recurring client is worth $3,000 in lifetime value for us, that is obviously, if you're in the janitorial space, a commercial cleaning business owner, this could be 3,000 in a month. So it could be much, 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 much higher than that. But really the way to think about it is, can that Google Ads Manager bring you one extra recurring client that month? And the reality is, even if they bring one in, you're going to cover any management fees on that side. So if they're bringing in 1, 2, 3, then the ROI is just a no-brainer. And that's the way that we run the cleaning business. My own cleaning business, we effectively give Google as much of our money as possible, because we know exactly what our ROI is, and we know that we're making great money from every pound or dollar that we put into the system. The final bit of advice is, if you do decide to look at a Google Ads Manager, this is so important. So use one with experience in the industry and the geography. I've been burnt by this before. I've used Google Ads Managers that were recommended to me. They had experience with local service businesses, so maybe plumbers, maybe electricians, accountants, yoga studios. So they are service businesses, but they didn't have that cleaning industry expertise. And you need that cleaning industry expertise because the keywords selection and the management of those keywords is so important. And unless you are in the industry, unless you've run campaigns before, it's very difficult to get up the curve with that. And then the second point is, if they've got experience running campaigns in your country, in your location, that's even better, because that will just mean that learning phase at the beginning of a new campaign will just get accelerated through. So the final slide is just more about me at Project 83. If you're interested to see if I can help, this is really where I believe are the reasons why I can get such good results for my clients. So the first point here is I specialize in only the cleaning industry. So I don't work with other industries. I don't work, I only work with cleaning businesses. I work with cleaning businesses in the US and Canada and the UK and Australia and New Zealand. I work with residential cleaning businesses, commercial cleaning businesses, window cleaning businesses, carpet cleaning businesses, any cleaning related business is really where I focus. And I be really specialized, that allows me to get really good effectively at running campaigns. The second point is really important as well. So I run live campaigns for my own cleaning business as well. So, you know, those of us who've been in the Google Ads sphere for a long time know that Google Ads is always changing. They're always bringing out new things. They're taking things away, new bid strategies, different reporting, all these types of things. So if you, if you're not aware of all the changes that are happening, it really puts you at a disadvantage. So having my own cleaning business, running campaigns in real time for my own cleaning business, I need to be well aware of everything that's happening so that my own cleaning business continues to grow and continues to generate a good profit. So the fact that I have my own cleaning business really, really helps, obviously, with the other cleaning business clients that I work with. And then the final point here is really important, because what you find is that many agencies will outsource your account to other people. Often it's sent overseas to someone in the Philippines or another low labor cost country. But for me, we've tried this in the past and we just didn't get the results. So now I manage all the campaigns myself. I don't outsource anything. So, that if you've handed over your Google Ads account to me, you know that it's me running and managing the account for you. So because I manage all the campaigns myself, I do actually cap the number of clients that I work with as well. Obviously, if I had 100 clients, I wouldn't be able to manage it all myself and the performance would come down. So I manage all the campaigns myself and I don't outsource it. So again, between these three reasons, this is why I think I'm able to get such great results for the clients that I work with. So very briefly, just on fees, if that's of interest to you. So I try and keep things really, really simple. I charge a setup fee and a monthly management fee if you want me to manage your Google Ads accounts for you. And it's a rolling monthly contract. So we don't lock you into 3 months, 6 months, 12 months contracts. So if you're happy with the results, we're happy, we keep running, keep moving. So we want to obviously make sure that we're working with clients that are having getting great results as well. So final point here is that if you want any further information on what I do, my website, project83.co, has lots of great videos on there, lots of informative videos. The video actually from last year's Zenmaid Maid Summit's on there, and we've got lots of testimonials on there as well. So that should really, really help those of you who are relatively new to Google Ads. And then the final point is, if you want to get in touch with me, the email address is just down there at the bottom. But I hope that's been informative. As I said, feel free just to send me a message. I'm always happy and I really enjoy speaking with other cleaning business owners. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of the Zenmaid Summit, and hopefully I will hear from you soon. Many thanks.